Hello everybody, I am Benjamin Magnus, and today we're going to be starting a new playthrough of Hearts of Iron 3 with the BlackICE 8.0, and I believe this is actually 8.1 we're using right now, mod, and we're going to be playing as the United Kingdom. Now, I went through and I already did the initial setup for the game. I mean, it takes a couple minutes, and it's pretty mundane stuff, just setting the difficulty settings and a couple early game events. I've already taken care of that because if you played BlackICE, you've already seen it, and if you haven't, it's not terribly important. Basically, I set this up, so we're playing on basically normal right now. The only person I put on easy was the United States, because I really didn't feel like having them, you know, muck with the grander experience. What I'd really love to do, and I'm not sure if this is going to be possible, I guess we'll see how events unfold, is to take out Germany. I want to start the war early and take out Germany as much as possible and kind of overrun Europe and see if we can't do Operation Unthinkable and turn the Allies on the Soviet Union, because I think that'd be really fun. But right now we need to pick what type of aircraft and engine type, aircraft protection level, and tank armor. And each one is going to give you a little, buff or debuff to certain things. So United Kingdom, I kind of feel like light aircraft are going to be important because we're going to have to be covering large swaths of territory, and light aircraft give you greater range and speed in combat with less fuel usage, which I kind of like the idea of. So we're going to go with light aircraft. Now let's see. Engines, choosing gasoline will give you overall supply bonus, speed bonus, and a small amount of toughness. Diesel engines will give you better combat, battle speed, and better toughness. So I'm thinking light aircraft, diesel engines, and then let's see, armor, we're going to go with welded. We're not going to do cast armor, we're going to do welded armor. So it was light aircraft, diesel engine, welded armor. There, we're going to do that. Battle commanders, yeah, I usually do keep 2 commanders. I like that. Secretary focus, what's important right now? Ruling party support, money, national vote risk. Probably ruling party support. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Okay, so early on in the game, there's not gonna be for England. There's not gonna be too terribly much to do. I mean, we basically have no production. We have no industrial capacity to speak of. We have very few. We have a lot of transports. They're all being used right now, though. They're getting sent all over the planet, bringing in resources into us and sending out supplies. This is just early on for the British. It's especially for production. It's ugly. It's bad. So what are we gonna need? Let's put this on prioritize reinforcement for now. Let's at least get that going. We need to go to technology, and we're going to put down officers. Diplomacy, we're going to need to work, well, actually, probably what we're going to need to do is min-max on espionage first. So let's do that first. Let's go to intelligence. We're going to do counter-espionage for us, and our own spy priority is going to be high. I'm going to go to Germany, and it's going to be high there. And what I'm going to actually do is wondering if increasing their threat is going to be the best thing to do. So if we increase their threat, it'll be make it easier for us to go to war with them earlier on. And that's kind of what I'm interested in doing right now. Let's also do tech espionage, see if we could steal some techs from them. And disrupt national unity. Okay, so 3, 2, and 1. There we go. I like that. That sounds good. So let's go to technology now. What we're going to need to do is decide what techs we want, and it's really not that hard early on in the game because you could pretty much grab... There isn't a terribly large amount of early techs, so you can pretty much grab everything you want. So let's do... Just go through, and we're going to grab some of this stuff. Start at the top. I'll go real quickly. I actually know what I usually just grab the first level of everything. Can't do this until industry prepares, so I don't have that yet. Can't do that yet. Supply production. We did welded. We did welded, so yeah, we're gonna do this. We're not gonna do cast armor. We're doing welded. Lightweight aircraft construction. Yes, we're gonna grab that. It's gonna make everybody faster. Let's see, electronics, radar, and radios is important. Airfield blueprints. Basing, very important. You can actually safely grab the tech that's 1 year ahead of you without taking a penalty, I believe. So we're actually going to grab the 37 techs while we're here. Rocket test sites. Anything infantry or sea related is going to be very important for the British. Let's see, these are both 36 techs. We're ahead on, what do we grab? Infantry, motorized, oh wait, it was, oh, this one. Let's see, what one did we accidentally grab there? Arty, yep. Artillery brigades, yep. Arty is important for absolutely everyone in the game. Absolutely everybody needs artillery. If you don't think you need artillery, then you're doing it wrong. 30 mountain warfare, yes, like specialized infantry, really good in BlackICE, really good. All this aircraft stuff we're gonna grab because it's gonna be important. I mean, we're gonna have some time to really get the tech up before the war starts, I think. If anybody is new to the channel, you won't notice, but anybody who isn't new to the channel knows that I had a UK series started that I couldn't get to work correctly, so I had to restart. I only got 3 episodes in it, but it actually turned out really weird because France declared war on Germany in opposition to them reoccupying the Rhineland. Sub's going to be that important. I feel like things like escorts, yes, escorts are going to be important because they're going to defend my shipping. Transports are going to be very important, so cruiser tech is going to be important. Capital ships, less important, but carriers very important. Now, operationally, we're going to grab all this. This may seem like I'm going super overboard on tech, but it's easy to get all of this stuff early on. All the 37 and 36 tech is really easy to get because normally nothing happens early on in the game. Superior strength, very important. Alright, special ops. Yep. Naval, yes, everything Navy related is important. This is going to be like 100 techs on here by the time I'm done. I haven't actually looked over to see what it's at yet. It's at 114. For the Brits, fighter bomber to interceptor is going to be really important. I think this is going to be very... we're going to do bomber target focus. Pilot training is... we're going to get all the pilot and ground crew training. We do interception and ground tactics. Reserve, we're not going to do that. Interdiction, we're not going to do that. Logistical bombing, we're going to do that. Installation strike, airbase strikes, we're going to take that stuff. And strategic bombing efficiency, yes. So in the end, we have 137 techs on here. 136 techs. Seems like a lot, but we're going to actually blow through a lot of those real fast. So what I need to... let's open up the outliner here and take a look at all of our units. We have a million of them. Well, let's take land units off. Well, for starters, let's look at Air Force. What I'm going to do, because there shouldn't be... I mean, unless that event hits again, where France randomly declares war... not randomly, opposes the occupation of the Rhineland. Unless that hits again, I shouldn't worry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my units, all my air units here. And what we're going to do is we are going to transport them back to England. That'll mean we're not going to have to ship out supplies to them. And it'll also mean... I think that's everybody. Well, we'll see in a second. No, there's got to be more than that. We'll see in a second. Alright. We're going to move them all... we'll be able to organize them properly and not have to ship supplies. And we're actually going to do that for the Navy, too. Yes, we're going to have scripted invasions. Royal Ordnance Factory in Leeds. Yes, we're going to build that. Do the same thing with the Royal Navy if we could find... I mean, they're going to be scattered just as badly. If we could find any of them. Here's some. Basically, everyone's going to get moved back to England so that I can properly organize them and kind of just keep tabs on what I have, where it is, who needs to be upgraded, who's good, who's bad. I just saw someone on Malta down there. I'm going to grab everybody. Should be a huge Scap 1 and Scap flow up here. Yep, the reserve fleet, or the home fleet. We're going to rebase them right down here into English Channel. That'll make it easiest for us to find everyone. And then what we'll do is we'll grab everybody, merge them into one big thing, and then we can easily see what we have and what needs to move and what doesn't need to move. And we can actually do that right now like this. We go well, you know, I think it's this one that messes that up. For some reason, the carrier air groups don't want to merge with the other ones, but I think that's understandable. And then we will merge, and bam. Far East Command we missed. So there's 3, merge those together. We're going to bring them back over here. British have planes. They have a lot of stuff all over the place. A lot of stuff all over the place. Just planes and ships everywhere. But we don't. It's going to save us IC in the long run by not having to make supplies to ship to all these people that are way off in the middle of nowhere. You want revolts? Yeah, I'm going to keep those on. You can turn them off, but you lose a lot of money. And what I'm going to actually do is... We don't have automate trade on, so we should have money coming in. We do. Saving up money is also a really good thing to do early on in the game. RAF Mediterranean, which is just nothing but an old, outdated flying boat. Just one of them, too. Iraq, just some close air support. Which we have very few of, honestly. Hawker Hart. These are all basically World War I, like, biplanes. We have basically no interceptors. Alright, those already made it here. These guys already made it here. Good. Transport fleets. Looks like they're already here. What we can actually do to make this easier. Merge. Boom. Fewer. Africa Station. Some light cruisers into destroyers, and you can actually tell 800-kilometer range. These are all very old. A lot of these are World War I style ships. So they're pretty antiquated. Alrighty. I'm actually going to decline trade requests for now because I want to save up money. Do you want personality effects? Yes. I like having the personality effects. When I was playing in Germany, every once in a while Hitler has a hissy fit and demands action. Basically demands that I, throw people into combat. I think you actually take some sort of debuff if you don't listen to him. I'm merging all these together, trying to figure out what we have, where they are. This is something I neglected to do before, and it kind of came back to bite me in the butt because I didn't know where units were, what I had. It was just a mess. So right now we should be just doing reinforcements and a little bit of production. The K6 red telephone box, designed by Sir Giles Gilbert Scott, coincided with the Jubilee of King George V, did not live to see any such examples. Some 70,000 were installed around the UK. Okay, I lose descent, which I don't have, and I gain some educate. Oh, I gain a little bit of tech and some unity from building telephone boxes. Cool. Now we have one. Okay, so we have 65 planes here. So let's move these fighter bombers to the top so they finish quicker. Everything's wildly out of date. You can see right here, everything is wildly out of date. Everything needs upgrades. Reoccupation of the Rhineland. Okay. So once the home front was secured, Hitler turned his attention to foreign policy with 4 increasingly daring acts. On the 16th of March, 35, Treaty of Versailles was violated by Germany as military conscription was reinstated. The treaty stated that German army cannot exceed 100,000 men. When nothing more than official protests from England and France followed, Hitler proceeded a year later, on the 7th of March of 36, to occupy the demilitarized Rhineland, again violating the treaty. United Kingdom loses to neutrality. Good. Now we have some free spies, so we're actually going to let this build up for a while. See, last time I was playing this, France declared war on Germany when that happened. 2 weeks into the game. Alright, so these guys are done. There we go. There's basically nothing on this. There's not much on this list right now. There's some couple destroyers, the Ark Royal, a fleet carrier. And what we should do is, now that we should do prioritize upgrades. So at least some things are, well, that's actually our Air Force. Prioritize them for upgrades. Because the Air Force is something that is just ridiculously wildly out of date. Wildly out of date. Just absolutely nothing to fight a war with here. Look at this. Look what our strategic bombers are. That's our heavy bomber right there. Now we have a... Well, let's let it build all the way up to 99. All right, close enough. And what we're going to do is we're going to take espionage and drop it down. There we go. And let's crank on speed 5 for a little while. What I'm trying to do right now is reduce my neutrality to the point where I can institute better laws and get more IC and get cranking. Submarine damage control was stolen. Who is this? That's like South Africa or something. Abyssinia. That's interesting. Government repression. Ooh. We need to control political agitators and disgruntled workers. We can either send in politically indoctrinated militia, police, and guards to maintain internal security, or we can appease the troublemakers with goods and services. So we can appease them. So to the end of the game, national revolt risk goes down, but then you lose IC, you lose money, and you need to produce more goods. Research efficiency and IC efficiency of production go down. That's rough. We can send in the secret police, which gives you have the revolts. National manpower modifiers down, money's down, and well, no matter what, you're losing the IC efficiency of production, and you're losing money, no matter what. This would mean no. I mean, we are a nice. We're England. We're the United Kingdom. Everybody loves us. We're nice people. So I feel like appeasing them is probably a tougher Japan. If you aren't finding the island hopping campaign to be challenging enough, consider boosting Japan a bit before things get underway. Make Japan extra tough. I can handle it. Sure. What do we got? We have $2,000 saved up here. I don't exactly know what that translates into, but that allows us to do one of these big projects here. Requires a lot of supplies and a lot of money, but it gives you a big boost. Bonus to supply throughput. Lacking resources, we can initiate a project to have better output for all resources we are controlling. Better supply throughput. Or makes it possible to produce more with less. Yeah, we're going to do that. Produce more with less. I like that. That's why you save up money, because those big projects are really, really good. National manpower modifier, 15%. I mean, as the United Kingdom, we don't have a ton of men to begin with. Chaplin's Modern Times. Oh, it's a flavor event. I'm not terribly interested in these. Charlie Chaplin. All right, so national unity goes up, daily dissent goes down, dissent change goes down, consumer goods during peacetime goes down, and that's till June, so 6 months. Now, theoretically, I would like to get a large expeditionary force into France, stop the German advance through Belgium, well, more through the Ardennes, overrun Germany without... I don't really know. I don't know how hard Germany is going to be. I do not know. They might be really difficult, they might be really easy. They're set to normal right now, difficulty-wise. Basically, everything's set to normal right now. I'm not good enough at the game that I want to set everything stupidly high. Second London Naval Treaty. So this would increase relations with people. I lose for dissent when I gain unity. If I don't sign the treaty, they like me. Oh, I guess signing my own treaty is probably a good idea. Alright, we're just gonna let... English Ooh. What's going on? William Cooper's petition, who requested Aboriginal representation. The Australian federal government petition. The Australian government has forwarded it to us. We can reject it or deliver the petition. Well, let's see what happens. Communists outside the Soviet Union are fixated on attempts that have been made to destroy the Soviet Revolution. Alright, so we love Stalin. Relations with the Soviet Union go up. We lose a little bit of unity. And basically the Communist Party in England gains a little bit of organization. Not a big deal. Now these guys are... Well, most of them probably arrived. Oh, I missed some in Sri Lanka over there. Move over there. And... some light cruisers and destroyer over in Canada, basically. Them back over here too. What we're gonna need to do is when we get our IC cranking, which I don't know how long it's going to take. We're way too neutral right now. We gotta. I think we have to either wait till. Well, let's take a look at intelligence. Raise national counterintelligence. Support the ruling party. Let's do raise national unity and support the ruling party. Yeah, that's good. And right now our highest threat should be Germany. Nope, it's Japan. I guess we could try that as well. So we can go to Asia. And then find Japan on here. Oh, we need to be in intelligence for starters. To increase threat. There we go. Did I see Japan was working on nuclear weapons there, I think? I think I saw that. Yeah, we're actually really getting lots of money coming in, which is nice. Technology, actually, basic education investment. That was a nice thing to get early on. Civil defense. Yep, see, leadership, 9%. Death of King George V. King George V has passed away, unfortunate. It's gonna... Well... We have King Edward VIII now. I mean, that doesn't really make too big of a deal, I don't think. Wargame offer. Money of 2,000, supplies of 12,000 at peace. Let's see. War games include public exhibitions of all three branches of armed forces. For every branch, we have to perform one great public spectacle. If all three are successful, we get a permanent boost to our organization. That sounds pretty cool. We're going to try that. So if we do the war games with all three branches, Air Force, Navy, and Army, then we get a permanent organization boost. That sounds good. That's something... Churchill is upset. Heavily armed dictatorship. So Churchill's warning against Germany. Gain unity, relations with Germany go down. So the little event of France... Well, Germany may have not actually done the event yet. I don't see any troops in the Rhineland, so they may not have done it. Civil defense. But we were already France was already in a limited war with Germany at this point in my other 3-episode series that I junked. Bribed minister, member of our government may be accused of cooperating with the opposition party. According to the sources, the minister in question has accepted bribes more than once to make sure certain proposals are rejected. Naturally, the minister himself denies involvement. Defend him. 50% chance to lose a unity and get ruling party support down by 4%. Or Conservative Party loses, give him a new position. Is this fire? I don't want to lose unity right now. Give him a new position. Don't feel like defending him. Speed 5. Palestinian rebels. So Palestinians are rebelling in the Middle East right now. Struggling for independence, the Arabs stage strikes, boycotts, and demonstrations trying to maintain order. The British soldiers killed more than 140 Muslims. So 0% chance, 0 regiments rise up. Or maybe not. Well, it said 0, but people actually did rise up. Send in one of our divisions over here. Doesn't matter that it's under strength. It's not going to make any difference in the slightest. Ooh, what are we ahead on? Civil defense? Yeah. That's in national. So we're going to take this off the list now. And we're going to keep going. So I'm kind of just... I'm waiting on spies and events and things like that to lower my neutrality and other people's threat to a point where I can actually do something. Because you can't really do anything with ADIC. Well, not as a major. As a minor, maybe you could do something with ADIC, but not as a major. We're working on upgrades. It's basically our Air Force is prioritized right now. Because these guys are just wildly out of date. Royal Air Force reorganization. In 36, a reorganization of the RAF Command saw the creation of Fire Command, Bomber Command, and Coastal Command. So, we can do that. We can build just the air bases. Theater HQ. Theater HQs. I don't really think... I think those are more for flavor than anything else. I don't really think I need them, so we're going to do just the air bases. So we're going to get air bases and pillboxes all over the place. Just popped in. A heat wave in the north. Recruit African units. Yes, we're going to take them. Hopefully we get something good. Actually go down here and check. Let's see, we got... basically, colonial light infantry. Ooh, not bad. Light infantry is actually really useful. Yeah, we got a bunch of light infantry there. That's good stuff to work with. The militia doesn't really do much, but militia's kind of bad, but Sudanese garrison, colonial militia. They're really there as peacekeepers more than anything else. The French, I've seen French units flying all over the place. Probably just reorganizing things. We are on speed 5, though, so it could just be ground units moving really quickly. Brigade HQ advances. Ooh, my IC plummeted because of those some of those events. Small arms advance. That's an infantry. So now my infantry need upgrades as well, but we're still working on planes. See, actually, a lot of these are about to finish. Well, some of them are about to finish. There might be more levels after this. We don't even have synchronized machine guns. Well, there we go. Yeah, machine gun focus is still going. Supply production. That actually saves us a little bit of IC. That would have been under industry? Yes, industry. So we're actually already in May. Cranking on speed 5, things go really, really fast. Really, really fast indeed. Right here. Oh, Brigade HQ, that's down here, I think. We're going to grab these as well. And motorized HQ, we're going to grab that as well. What am I ahead on? Infantry defensive positions. That's down here. Right there. Cancel that. What is our... Well, we have finished some off, so it's not that bad. Just kills me having no IC, basically. Lightweight aircraft construction, that's going to be good. Makes everybody faster. Infantry support weapons. Again, we're going to go into tech. We're going to go into infantry. We're going to take that off, and then we can add these on. These are pretty important. They give everybody a lot of defensiveness and attack strength, so we've got to get those on there. And I'm going to wait till my money is really saved up, and then I'm going to automate trade, because that trade just tends to really plummet. Basically plummet your money down to 0. That's kind of not what I want. So construction, 38. I thought there was something else on here. It's all in infantry, so it's down here. 41. Camouflage designs. And improved security units. There we go. I'm a little bummed that France... I mean, Germany may have not done it yet, but I don't think France is going to start their early war with Germany. Artillery Brigade advance. Very nice. I'm very glad the game hasn't crashed. I guess it was just my old save file. That's a shame. Artillery, so we're going to go in here. We're going to take this one off. I think it was in here. Infantry. Nope, maybe not. What was the other thing on there? Mass events for nation. So that's down here. All right, there we go. Radios. Schmelling KO's Lewis. This is another one of those flavor events about boxing. What a fight. And there's a cat on my lap. Electronics. Radios. Take that off the list. The cat's rubbing his face on the microphone, so you might hear that. And we're just about done with this episode here. It's been a pretty good start, just kind of setting everything up. There's such a low chance of France opposing the reoccupation of the Rhineland. There's part of me was hoping it was going to happen again, but unfortunately it didn't. But I think, what I heard at least, is that when Germany really starts fucking around with like Austria and Czechoslovakia, I'll have events that'll allow me to oppose them, and I'm probably going to try to take that, because I want to get... I kind of like in this game, I always like starting the wars early if I possibly can. So, we are actually going to leave this episode right here. If you have enjoyed it, please just drop me a like, leave me any comments you have down below, and if you're interested in more Benjamin Magnus Plays Hearts of Iron 3, just subscribe to this channel, and I will see you next time.